Greetings everyone and welcome back to my third video on the subject of the elites and the financiers of the world and the cabal of secret societies who are ruining America for their agendas. In this video I want to talk about the New World Order that everyone's so familiar with. George Bush Sr. has a very famous video of him talking about the New World Order. Uh, the New World Order is basically this. They want to bring down all religious groups from all over the world, and they would like to get rid of the old religion because they have infiltrated every belief that we believe in and made us worship the devil for, I don't know, centuries for now. The New World Order is basically order of religious belief and order in society. They want to stop pretending. They want to stop pretending to worship Lucifer. They want to openly worship Lucifer. They want to be able to put statues in different states in America and all over the world where people worship Lucifer. The New World Order is basically this order out of chaos. They want to bring on a new religion, a new age religion, so that they can stop pretending to be worshipping the devil through different religious belief and control of society. That's why they have infiltrated the leftist groups, and they have also infiltrated the Democratic Party and the Republican Party in America. And it doesn't matter what side you pick, because both sides are playing on their chess game board. If you choose the right side, you are a fascist. If you are on the left side, you are a communist. And we all know that um, being a Democrat and a Republican has nothing to do with fascism and communism, but they have been programming society to believe that way. They have been flooding the internet and the machine of information and every platforms we use daily to make you believe that if you're a far leftist, you are a communist, and if you're a far right believer of the Republican Party, you are a Nazi. And they control. They want to be able to make you believe that, so that on this new world order, they can bring in a new form of government, which is, basically they are in power. The Luciferians maintain power, and they will maintain control over society by using modern day technologies that we are seeing every day now. In this world, everyone will be microchipped and monitored like rat labs, rats basically. You're gonna be monitored like rats. Everything that you do, every time you go on the internet, you have to put in your ID card to be able to access the new internet system that they are engineering right now as we speak. And they will control everything on the chip. All your finances and everything else will be on the chip. And if you are against their system, they will just turn off your chip and they will banish you from society. And anybody who associate or affiliate with you will be affected by this new control system that they are setting up for us to live under. Um, we are already seeing the first stages of them beta testing the new infrastructure of banishing people from society, from social groups, because they have different political ideologies or they are very um, knowledgeable on different subjects of the elites. We have been seeing already them banishing and deleting domain names on websites and things like that. and they can also freeze your assets on your Visa card. And we have already seen all of this already taking place, but they want to take it to the next level. They already have set up the playing field, and we are living under this complete. Uh, it's basically a spyware. We are living inside a spyware system where everything's listening, monitoring, and taking pictures of you 24 hours a day. Even when you're driving your smart car, you're being recorded in your phone, and everything else that you use in daily life will be used against you in the future. Remember that. Their whole control system is based off blackmailing. So everything that you have been doing right now on social media and everything else, they are storing that information so that they can keep in control by saying things like, "Oh, you see, we saw you doing this day, and I know that you're gaining political views, but look at this. We have this video of you naked," and they can blackmail you that way so that that video and that sort of information doesn't get out. So that's just a hint of salt um, from the whole bag of salt. The New World Order basically involves finance, media, and everything else. It's a stage, basically. It's a stage. I want to stop talking about the New World Order for now, and I want to talk about false flag. How does a false flag occur, and who is involved in the false flag? If you have been paying attention uh, to different events that has been happening, like 9/11 and all sort of mass shootings that has been going on, there is this confusion and people coming out of nowhere saying different information than what the media is telling you. And those people apparently have a tendency of killing themselves or going suicidal, which is very strange if you ask me. And false flag comes from their old religion, like I was showing you back in the day, how these people here, they maintain control on our chaotic lives that we live in right now, and they control the narrative of what belief is. They want you to believe on their actors, on their stage, so that they can get you emotional. Because once you're on a emotional state, you are easily controllable. You are easily able to follow their orders, and you are in a trance where you will say whatever yes to a problem that occur. Their whole set of game is problem, reaction, and solution. They control the problem, they control the reaction, media, and social media, and everything else, and then they come up with a solution. And they have problem would be their secret society causing chaos, their black ops killing tons of people, and then reaction is the media talking about a different story that occur, and then reaction, they take their political puppets and they have the bills already written even before the false flag occur, like a mass shooting, like let's take your God-given rights away, and you are now going to be following our rights that we have written before the event happened. Okay? Remember, the Constitution, it is a God-given right. Okay? Just like Moses with the Ten Commandments that Jews are supposedly following, they were supposed to follow the Ten Commandments because God gave them those amendments. Okay? Just pay attention to these keywords. It is your God-given rights. Okay? Your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, your freedom of everything. Just read the Constitution. It is your God given right. These people are not very godly, if you ask me. That's why they are causing chaos every day so that they can take away your God given right. They don't follow God, okay? They follow Lucifer. They follow their set of beliefs that they have brainwashed society to believe in as well. And they have completely destroyed our political establishment. They have completely destroyed the new generation. Okay, they have been flooding uh, different soy products all over society so that they can make men more easily controllable by making them feminine and women more masculine, because they know that women will just go along because they are easily controllable. Men, in other words, men have a tendency of fighting. They have the strength from generations to fight for whatever the cause they believe in. And men are willing to give up their lives for something that they believe in. And women, they tend to go along with it because things are just better off not fighting in a woman's mind. So let's stop talking about that and go back to the false flag and how does it occur, okay? I'm not sure if you guys ever watched a movie called Eyes Wide Shut. Okay, Eyes Wide Shut gave you every hint you needed to know about false flag. Okay, they told you who the black nobility was. Okay, that's why the Kubrick was basically killed. Okay, the director of this movie was killed right after he published this movie. Okay, the reason why he was killed is because of this. We have a 360 circle, and right here we have a throne, and obviously they are all wearing a mask. Okay, mask, and they wearing the black nobility robe, and you have a main guy here wearing red, which is one of these guys here, right here, the Jesuits, and the higher ones that worship Lucifer, and they worship um, basically blood sacrifices and things like that. And we have one here. On the top of his throne, there is an eagle looking to your right, and an eagle looking to your left and right. And you have a cross on the top representing the Saturn on the very top, and there's a planet here, okay, and a crown right under Saturn. Because remember, the square, the perfect square, symbolizes the square and Saturn. And the mask right here symbolizes the stage. The stage. Because when you're in a stage, you are wearing a mask. Okay? When you are sitting on a throne like this, wearing a mask and a black robe, it means you are being part of the ritual that these people believe in with their wholehearted, and they are completely brainwashed by these people, and they are blackmailed. They have to be part of this ritual every year or so, which is a orgy-based ritual that is also very similar to the Satanist schedule and their orgies that they have. They have not only men, but they also have women kissing women. See these women wearing black robes like the black nobility. They put the robe down, um, and then they kiss each other, representing, being a lesbian, being gay, and doing all sort of degeneracy that these people do. And they always use the same thing. They see the staff. Remember when I showed you guys on my part 2 video, the staff of the god of Saturn right here, and there's a sickle as well. This guy doesn't have one, he only have the staff on here. And okay, so here's how a false flag happens. It is a ritual. A false flag attack is a ritual. And whenever there's someone who doesn't belong to this ritual, somebody has to die. Because in this ritual, once you're in the circle and you don't belong in a circle, it's either one of these guys give up their life for you, or you are sacrificed on the circle. And you no longer have your mask because you don't belong here with these actors, with these people who are playing with the world, basically. So this is how a false flag happens, okay? Here, I'm going to show you. Here's how a false flag happens. We have a throne here, and then, look, this right here, this square right here is, let's say this is a twin tower, and then there's another one here. So what do we need for this false flag to be successful? Just like a ritual. We need media, because this right here is a problem right here. Inside the circle, we have a problem right here. We have a problem, which is the twin tower. Okay. We have a reaction, CNN, which is media, and then we have the Pentagon, which is this right here, basically the Pentagon, who was basically being the the event coordinator for this whole stage to go through. We had the military industrial complex that was involved as well. We had the CIA who was involved here. All the different counties, they were involved. Um, Different firefighter agencies, and we had the CIA, we had the police officers, and everybody else was all following orders, basically. Some of them had no idea what was going on. Most of them had no idea what was going on, and a lot of people was assassinated, because once the problem right here occur, these people has to be. We have a problem, reaction. We have the stage coordinator here. We have the military industrial complex monitoring all communications going on, making sure nobody's talking too much or getting the information out. It's called information control and analysis in a live event, so that they can be prepared to take out any enemies live, and um, have the action activated as fast as possible so that no word can get out. So go on YouTube and type in 9/11 assassination list. Tons of people who saw no plane hitting the building. Tons of firefighters saying, "Hey, there's explosives everywhere. I heard a very loud boom. I got knocked, across the floor. There's explosives in different floors. We have no idea where to go to. Everything's just blowing up randomly." And that is when these guys are here, these two guys working together. We have an assassination crew, right here. Assassination crew. They go in and they basically kill anybody who's getting their information out, including these guys right here. We have the CIA, who are also monitoring this circle right here, the first responders and everybody else. And then more things that they did was getting rid of more problem, which is assassination, which is called Murder Incorporated, basically. Kill anybody who's getting any information out, and everything else is its problem, reaction, solution, and then the solution was them creating the 9/11 Commission report, saying of what happened inside here. Okay, everything outside the circle, everything outside the circle cannot get out of the circle. Any information that occur here all these agencies, all this problem reaction solution, they have to be in control of the situation as much as possible. And once the information gets out, like Vegas shooting, we had a lot of people committing suicide, but a lot of lawyers who are committing suicide currently for even tapping any sort of information to the public. Any information that gets out of the circle is is neutralized basically. Any kind of information that it goes outside right here is neutralized. The event has to be completely controlled. All the information here that comes out of here has to be written by them, these people here. Okay, if you watch Eyes Wide Shut, you're gonna see that the lady that who gave her life away to save Tom Cruise from being assassinated, she was overdosed on heroin, and she was a model, a very high-end model, and that's what the public. That's all the public needs to know. Everything else, here doesn't get out. This right here doesn't get out. All this information here cannot be out because you have the black nobility members here. Okay, you have the you know the master here sitting on a throne with his little staff here, symbolizing you know um, Saturn, Lucifer's planet basically, and their ritual. And if you ever watch that movie, The Passion of the Christ, this scene is gonna show a very similar robe that these people wear here. Okay, and we are going to see um, a scene by Jesus trying to talk to his father because he was being entrapped by the black nobility society, which is these assholes right here. And the black nobility controls the Jews and people who betray the image. And you see that Lucifer releases a serpent that represents knowledge, like, hey, come to my side, come over, I can give you all of this if you say yes. And Passion of Christ is a very symbolic film. You have to pay close attention to the details on this movie because you have black nobility, you know, outfits going down. You have Jesus in the middle. You have Jesus in the middle being set up by a Satanist who are all working together. We had the Jews, the Romans, and everybody else. They had the cross that symbolizes sacrifice and everything that Lucifer gave these people: jealousy, greed, sacrifice, blood ritual. Well, he gives people the serpent to give people knowledge so that they can be selfish when it comes to the image of God, the Word of God, and he manipulates anything that is related to God's work. He manipulates people to do his own bidding. And look, hey, just say, "Oh, hello there, black nobility." What you doing behind the Romans right there? And black nobility and these people, That's all they do. It's very similar to how the CIA operates. It's very similar to how the FBI operates. It is based off you are guilty until you're proven innocent. It's always you are uh, they set up false flag to sabotage you, to to entrap you. You know, the idea is to entrap you into their little cage, into their little cross, basically, so that they can take a nail and nail you to the cross and sacrifice you for their temporary feel good moment. And this is the type of things that happen. See, you know, Jesus was basically set up without law, without judges, without anything. And this right here, whipping and punishing somebody and nailing them to a cross, is very symbolic and very identical to the things that we are seeing today in our society. Okay, with feminism, with the leftists running around saying you are a rapist if you're a man, and we don't need proof of anything. We are just going to say you are, and that's the only thing you need to know. And this is what's happening right now in our society. Okay, this man right here, he's coming. He's coming back. Okay, he's coming back, and you people better be ready. Okay, I'm not just saying this because I'm some sort of a crazy Bible person that just go crazy in a church and stuff like that. Uh, I'm basically a computer nerd. I used to be a computer hacker. I studied the elites very deeply, and I can tell you that, before I used to be a non-believer. I had no religion or anything like that. But the more and more I study the black nobility, the more hacks that happened, the more things that were being published, the more I started um, seeing references to the Bible and things that are currently happening, and it's very identical. Okay, entrapment and all these things. You're guilty until you're proven innocent. You're sacrificed just by women saying you raped them without any proof or anything like that. And this is all being done on purpose. Okay, uh, if you have different political beliefs and people say you're racist, they completely banish you from society. They delete your Twitter account. They can. Could you imagine in the future they can just turn off your chip for? They're just gonna turn off your chip 6 hours just because you say something racist, or you say something about the Bible. You did a public speech about the Bible, and we didn't like that. That was offensive. So we are shutting down any means of currency that we currently control, so that we can punish you. Okay, so that we can punish you. Remember, it's all about punishment until you submit to their system of control. And this is what's going to happen to you. Okay, if you go along with their plan, this is what's going to happen to you. And keep in mind that it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're a Muslim. These people, they don't care what religion you believe in. They're going to take a nail like this and they're going to nail you to a cross just because you believe in something outside their political spectrum, their political views, their system of control, their Luciferian religion. Okay, if you're a Jewish guy listening to me saying, "Oh, look at this crazy Christian guy talking about the Bible, this and that," but listen, you're not part of the winning side. Okay, they hate you with every gut they have, and they are hijacking Israel right now, and they are putting their signs and their flags right on the top of Israel. And you, my friend, you are being set up for this right here. Okay? Muslims and Christians and everybody else that are saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's the Jewish." No, it's you too, buddy. Everybody else is gonna. This is what's gonna happen to you in the future if you go along with their plans or on their control. you're guilty until you're proven innocent. And these guys over here, they feel tremendous joy in doing this because it makes them manly. Okay, it makes them be part of the winning team. Yeah, Lucifer is gone now. And this is you right here. And then this is God banish Lucifer from this planet and sends him to Saturn. And then God puts a ring around Saturn like this, a gigantic ring around Saturn to keep the devil locked in inside the planet Saturn. Okay? As soon as the tear of God hit the planet, this planet, the devil was banished from this planet to Saturn so that he can never influence us today. And us being humans, we always follow the wrong path. You always, God gave the Jews the Ten Commandments. God gave Americans, the constitutional right of a free man, of a free society, so they can build something great. And we are right now we are going everything and doing everything against God. It's just mind. It hurts the mind just to picture all this going on right now in our reality. Hello, black nobility members. You know, look at this. I see you, and I feel your low vibration. So take that. And look, see that? The devil has no gender. Lucifer has no gender. He's not a man, he's not a woman. Okay? Lucifer, the creation of the image of God, okay? Creation of the image of God can only be created by the image of God, right? This guy here wasn't created like a man. He was created in a different way. He has no gender. He cannot reproduce his genetic uh, biology because he doesn't have a man or woman uh, side. He's just neutral. He's what the leftists call a binary. Okay, he can be a woman, a man, or anything like that, but it doesn't matter. He can never reproduce. And the black nobility, these people who worship Lucifer, are pushing this in the minds of the new generation so that they can go along with Lucifer and worshiping him, saying that Lucifer is the new age. He's a trending progressive new age that everybody should be following because he has no gender. He's a special victim of God. And seriously, this is what these people believe. The more you study, the more you see. It's just incredible. And look, this is Saturn. Um, we have the circle of Saturn and the square on the very north pole um, of Saturn. And so that's how false flag happens. Okay, false flag happens because it's a ritual, and any information that gets out of the ritual gets eliminated. Eliminated. So every time you see a school shooting or the Batman shooting, and you see tons of reports saying, of people saying, "I saw a second shooter. I saw something different." Hillary Clinton witnesses to her murder and crimes. They have a tendency of dying very easily, and this is why. Okay, it is a ritual. I suggest everyone who's listening to this and watching this to watch Eyes Wide Shut. They play a Catholic Christian song backwards to Lucifer while they're doing their ritual, their orgies, and everything else to pleasure Lucifer, because Lucifer doesn't have a gender. So it requires these people to have lesbians, to have gays, okay, lesbians and gays, and orgies of men and women to satisfy Lucifer, because Lucifer doesn't have a gender. And it requires them to also, if you're not going along the ritual, it requires them to sacrifice someone or a newborn child to, you know, pleasure Lucifer even more with music playing backwards, because they say the devil listens to everything backwards. And it's true, okay? And that's just some of the things that is going on right now that not that many people are paying attention to, and it's right there in your eyes. Like it's staring at you in the eyes, and you're not even looking back and being like questioning, you know, the system that is being put in place right now. And that's just some of the things I want to talk about, involving false flags and what they're doing to this new age belief of liberals and everybody else playing along with the elites to satisfy Lucifer. Okay, it's all a stage. You know, you're being played like a chess, and you're losing. You're gonna lose your soul to these things here, to the black robe people wearing masks. Okay, their whole purpose is to please Lucifer, and you're playing along with everything every day without doing anything about it. So that's one of the things I want to I talked about, which is false flag and everything related to these assholes right here, and how they are doing all of this to us. And I will add another part of this video, and I have other things that I have to put together so I can release to the public, so that you can open your eyes. Stop leaving your eyes so shut all the time, okay? And wake up. Wake up.